Only 55% of people understand this concept, and it actually will probably come up on your test. A rocket of mass 200 kilograms is moving straight upwards at 100 meters per second immediately after its engine shut off. It then coasts upwards until it momentarily stops at the top of its flight. How high does the rocket travel above the point where the engine shut off? A lot of people jump to using a kinematic equation because we have the speed of an object and we're trying to figure out a distance that it travels. But anytime you're dealing with the height of something and it's relating it to speed, you need to be thinking about the relationship between potential energy and kinetic energy. The scenario that you want to be really familiar with is the idea that if we have a falling object, at the very top when it starts to fall, we are assuming the kinetic energy is 0 because it has yet to start moving, and the potential energy is just equal to mgh, where h is the height of the object above the ground. Once the object falls all the way down and it's right above the ground, the instant before it hits the ground, the potential energy is now equal to 0 because the height is 0, and the ball is at its maximum speed because it has not yet hit the ground and it has fallen that full distance. The kinetic energy now is going to be equal to the potential energy at the very beginning of its fall. So all of that potential energy got converted to kinetic energy. In this scenario, we're basically doing the opposite, where a rocket is traveling upwards, and at the very beginning the kinetic energy is at its maximum. The rocket will gradually slow down as it goes up, since gravity is the only force remaining and it's pulling it down, because all of this happens after the engine shut off. At the rocket's peak, all of this kinetic energy will be converted to its potential energy, and then we can use mgh to figure out the height. First, let's find the kinetic energy by doing 1/2 mv squared. That comes out to be 1/2 times 200 times 100 squared. That gives us 100 times 10,000. So the kinetic energy comes out to be 1 million, but you want to work in scientific notation, so that's 1 times 10 to the 6 joules. All of this gets converted to the potential energy, so we set 1 times 10 to the 6 joules equal to mgh. Plug in 200 for the mass, 10 for g, and h is what we're solving for. Now we have 1 times 10 to the 6 joules is equal to 2000 h, but we're going to change the 2000 into 2 times 10 to the 3. Now divide the 1 by the 2 and the 10 to the 6 by the 10 to the 3. That gives us 0.5 times 10 to the 3, because you do 6 minus 3 whenever you're dividing exponents like that. Now you just need to move that decimal point 3 places to the right to show that that height is 500 meters.